Hi everyone, this is Congresswoman Yassamin Ansari. I just want to take a few minutes to talk about the tragedy that occurred in Minnesota over the weekend and just the rise of political violence in this country. So I'm sure everybody has heard, but over the weekend, a former Minnesota House Speaker and a state representative, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, along with another state senator and his wife, were shot. One was assassinated. Melissa and her husband were assassinated in their home in the middle of the night by a man who was pretending to be a police officer who came to their door in the middle of the night and gunned them down and killed them, murdered them. And the state senator and his wife, thank goodness, are alive. They survived 17 bullets. And just yesterday, after a 2-day manhunt, the assassin was finally found and arrested, and I'm so grateful to law enforcement who worked tirelessly, who put themselves in harm's way in Minnesota to find him, and now he will face justice. But what has happened over the weekend, coming after just Thursday when a senator from California, Alex Padilla, was assaulted by at a press conference in California, attending to go ask questions of the DHS secretary, comes after many politically violent attacks and attempted attacks here in Arizona. This is an issue we have been dealing with for many years. Of course, former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords is from Arizona. We have had campaign offices vandalized, windows shot, state lawmakers who've had violence outside their homes. This is unacceptable. And what is happening in this country, obviously, we are incredibly divided politically. We do have a president who has pardoned violent criminals who were insurrectionists at January 6th at the Capitol. Leadership on the right who fuel this hate and fuel violent rhetoric and normalize it. And it is terrifying and it's unacceptable. No public official, no elected official should have to fear for their life, not feel safe in their own home simply for doing their job. No kid should have to be afraid to go to school. People should not be worried when they're attending peaceful protests or going to their places of worship or going to an abortion clinic. This is really scary. And I really just wanted to come on here and implore folks to operate in a way that is respectful, with humility, even if we disagree with one another. It's really important to be mindful of the language that we use and the way we talk about, our colleagues or people with different political views, because this has to stop. It is unacceptable that in the United States of America in 2025, this is happening. I am just completely heartbroken for Minnesota and for those lawmakers. The assassin had a list of 70 people, including many of my colleagues in Congress, that were on his target list. And it's just really troubling. So please keep that in mind. It's really going to take all of us across the country in every state to operate differently, to lead by example, to be more, cautious and civil with one another. And we can debate and discuss issues and talk about policies without inciting violence. And again, my heart just goes completely out to Melissa Hortman's family and everyone across Minnesota and across the United States.